But when I see CNN all night long, they're trying to say, well, maybe it wasn't really as demolished as we thought. It was demolished. You take a look at the pinpricks, and you see that place is gone. And I will say, I think CNN ought to apologize to the pilots of the B-2s. I think that MSDNC ought to apologize. I think these guys really, these networks and these cable networks are real losers. You really are. You're real losers. You're gutless losers. I say that to CNN because I watch it. I have no choice. I got to watch that garbage. It's all garbage. It's all fake news. But I think CNN is a gutless group of people. And the people that run it, nobody even knows it's been sold so many times. But the people that run it ought to be ashamed. MSDNC, a guy named Brian Roberts, he heads it. He's a disgrace. He's a weak, pathetic disgrace.
There's so much to cover again this morning. US President Donald Trump is accusing Iran and Israel of breaching a ceasefire that he helped broker. After 12 days of fighting, the American leader announced a ceasefire on his Truth Social platform yesterday. But both Israel and Iran continue to pound one another, invoking the ire of Donald Trump.
The war was over, said the American president. A complete and total ceasefire was now in effect. But it didn't look that way in the Iranian capital.
We are hearing a lot of explosions across Tehran.
Israeli jets attacking multiple targets. throughout the country, despite Donald Trump's declaration of peace. Israel, too, came under assault. The Iranians launching wave upon wave of ballistic missiles, a number slamming into these apartment blocks in the southern city of Beersheba. First responders pulled 5 bodies from the rubble. At least 20 were injured. And the American president, well, he was furious with everyone involved.
These guys got to calm down. It's ridiculous.
His ceasefire was looking shaky, and his language was coarse.
We basically have 2 countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what they're doing. Do you understand that?
Still simmering, we see Donald Trump embark on the first leg of his trip to the NATO summit in The Hague, his diplomatic triumph seemingly slipping away. Later, on Air Force One, the president placed a call to the Israeli Prime Minister. Sources told Sky News that Benjamin Netanyahu then stopped an ongoing operation with dozens of planes preparing to attack targets in Iran, the aircraft returning to base. Trump's pleased-looking deputy, J.D. Vance, was in a TV studio when the ceasefire was announced.
Complete and total ceasefire is what he typed.
Yep.
What does that mean? How did it come about? What's the development here?
Well, we were actually working on that just as I left the White House to come over here. So that's good news that the president was able to get that across the finish line. I think
he had help, reportedly, from the leader of Qatar. But it's clear that all sides are looking for a way to de-escalate. Just hours after Iran fired missiles at a U.S. base in the region, which followed this audacious assault by the Americans on the Iranian nuclear facility at Fordo. Although tenuous, this ceasefire has been accepted and embraced by the Israelis. The IDF has met all of its objectives, said the spokesman. Iran, too, claimed victory on state TV. We continued to punish the Israelis until the very last minute, assures this presenter.
What the
After 12 days of war, this ceasefire has surprised many. But the underlying issues remain, as does the deep-rooted hatred. The language of diplomacy, however, has definitely changed. John Sparks, Sky News.